Hello everyone. Before I get into my video, I need to bring out a couple of things. What you're going to learn is critical, and it's going to give you proof and evidence what they're showing in the Kingdom Halls in the book study, how they brainwash Jehovah's Witnesses. And it has two issues in here. I'm going to bring them out. Now, Jason Zelda, which if you watch Kim and Mikey videos, which we know them as Mike and Kim, they have married Jason Zelda video. There's a special book out there for the lawyers or even Jehovah's Witnesses elders, besides the Shepard Plot book. That book is to help Jehovah's Witnesses to lie in court and to deceive the judge, to protect and keep their children into this false religion that I and others got out. Now, this lady thinking that prayer to their false god Jehovah is what helped her to get her child back. But it didn't. It was by the stinking lawyers, which Jason Zelda brought out, that when they go to court, they tell the judge, all we're here today is to prove who is the better parent, the husband or the wife who is a Jehovah's Witness, and we don't want to bring up no religion and anything has to do with the religion. That means if they want to bring in people on the outside like Jehovah's Witnesses to show this is not a proper place to raise children in, they have to throw that out of court, because the ruling is to keep anything out of this religion out of the court. Just the mother and the father, or whoever is a Jehovah's Witness and who's not, or who's left this false religion. So the beginning of this talk is talk about two different people who was one guy was unconscious. They had to give him blood because he had plenty of bullet holes in him. He was shot up. There was one young girl, I think she was 14 years old, from Canada. She was bleeding internally, so she lost a lot of blood. And they was trying to fight to keep her from not taking blood, but the Supreme Court got involved and overruled, and her comment was, "Oh, I felt like I was raped when they put blood in me." To save her life, she lost 3 quarts of blood. She was going to die. People, we have done so much proof, evidence. Most false religions do not ask their members to die for the religion. When they get in a car accident, something happened, they bleed eternally. People has the right to live, especially children. So leave your comments and let me know what you think when you see this Bible book study and this conductor when they having the witnesses to talk on these two situations. Give me your thoughts, so what you think, and see if you can see the evil for yourself in this false religion that we got out. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Thank you. We'd like to extend a warm welcome to all for the start of our congregation Bible study. As Brother Rogers mentioned, that we'll be on page 165, and that will start on paragraph number 29, which will go into 31. But just to highlight, last week, we know that we were still under the subheading of freedom to choose medical treatment in harmony with our beliefs. And one of the things that we learned about in that was our DPA card, Durable Power of Attorney of our Advanced Medical Directive. The importance of, first of all, making sure that we have it filled out. But then again, we'll probably think about two examples, one being Pablo from Argentina. And remember what happened to Pablo when he went into the hospital because he had gotten shot several times after a robbery. And he had his card filled out and he was unconscious. And they were just about to honor what he had on that card. But then what happened? Remember, his father got involved, non-witness father. He got a court order to give his son blood. But what happened? His wife had an attorney and they went to the courts. And what happened with the Supreme Court? Well, we know basically what happened. They overturned what the lower court pretty much said. And our brother was able to have that honored. And then that other person that we think about, I'll never forget about, is April, our 14-year-old sister from Canada, and what happened with her. And she entered the hospital, she was bleeding internally. And she filled out her advanced medical directive. But you know what? The physician did not want to listen to it. And what happened? Well, we know. They want to give her 3 liters of blood anyway. And when she realized what happened, she looked at that as actually being raped. But what her and her parents did, it took a couple of years. They went to the Supreme Court, and yes, again, a favorable decision was made. In a sense, it mentioned the fact that though we remember what they wrote, that she lost the appeal. She lost the first part of it. But after looking at what the court said in her case, is that they awarded her legal costs and ruled in favor of her and other mature minors who seek to exercise their right to decide for themselves their own medical treatment. And April herself, she felt good. Remember what she did? Because of the fact that she was able to glorify Jehovah's name and answer Satan as a liar, what truly made her happy. And no doubt we know that made our God Jehovah happy. So friends, let's turn again to page 165. And now we're under the subheading, Freedom to Raise Children According to Jehovah's Standard. Our brother Martin will be doing the reading for us. So let's have the reading of paragraph 29 through 31.
Denmark. Anita Hansen found herself facing a similar challenge when her former husband petitioned a court to gain custody of 7-year-old Amanda. Although the district court granted custody to Sister Hansen in 2000, Amanda's father appealed to the High Court, which overturned the district court's ruling and granted him custody. The High Court reasoned that because the parents had conflicting views of life based on their religious beliefs, their father would be in a better position to address those conflicts. Essentially, then, Sister Hansen lost custody of Amanda because of being one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Throughout this difficult ordeal, Sister Hansen was at times so distraught that she did not know what to pray for. But she relates the thoughts in Romans chapter 8, verse 26 and 27 were of great comfort. I always felt that Jehovah understood what I meant. He had his eye on me and was always there for me. Sister Hansen appealed to the Supreme Court of Denmark. In its ruling, the court stated, the question about custody shall be decided on a concrete assessment of what will be in the best interest of the child. Further, the court held that a decision about custody should rest on the way each parent handles conflicts, not on the basis of the doctrines and positions of Jehovah's Witnesses. To Sister Hansen's great relief, the court recognized her fit as a parent and returned the custody of Amanda to her.
Why did a sister in Denmark lose custody of her daughter? Let's get Brooke up front first.
Sister Hansen lost custody of Amanda because of being one of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay. And further, Brother Claggett?
That was really the basis of it. They were prejudiced against Jehovah's Witnesses. The higher courts had reasoned that because the two parents had different religious views on life, that the father would be in a better position to address those conflicts. No particular reason why the father over the mother, except the fact that the mother was one of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Right. And that's the paragraph 30 seen that she was very distraught. But do me a favor, turn with me to Romans chapter 8, verse 26 and 27. Can we get a reader for that? Let's get Sister Hardage. Chat.
It says, in like manner, the Spirit also joins in with help for our weakness. For the problem is that we do not know what we should pray for as we need to, but the Spirit itself pleads for us with unuttered groanings. But the one who searches the hearts knows the meaning of the Spirit is. What the meaning of the Spirit is, because it is pleading in harmony with God for the holy ones.
Thank you for that. This scripture is actually talking about, relates to meditative prayer. And there's two things that's really important about this, and something that helped our Sister Hansen. But did you notice, or could you find in those two scriptures, who have access to this type of prayer? If you look, do you notice who has access to this type of prayer? Verse number 27, last two words. Who can tell me what that is? Brother Owen?
The holy ones.
Right. And I know that's primarily talking about the anointed who have the heavenly life up in heavens, but in principle, isn't that talking about all those that's in a relationship with our God Jehovah? But it also is something else, the power of prayer, and something that we can see that helps Sister Hansen. Where it mentioned in verse number 27, how powerful is that prayer? Sister Lurch.
How it said that the one who searches our hearts. So Jehovah searches our hearts. We may not have the words. When we're going through something that just makes us so distraught as this sister was, we don't have the right words. We don't know what to pray for. We just need help. And Jehovah knows what kind of help we need.
Very good. Can we get our read scriptures read? First, let's get Psalms 32, verse 8. Let's get Sister Ladafosky Ariana.
I will give you insight and instruct you in the way you should go. I will give you advice with my eye upon you.
Thank you. And Isaiah 41:10. Let's get Sister Black.
It says, do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be anxious, for I am your God. I will fortify you. Yes, I will help you. I will really hold on to you with my right hand of righteousness.
Thank you. So we know our Sister Hansen, she got relief and support from Jehovah through prayer. But what else did she get that relief from? Let's get Brother Sood.
Well, we see that the Supreme Court
it ended up ruling in her favor, because it essentially reversed the previous decision when it said that the custody should be given back to her and not be taken away from her because of her beliefs, but rather be based on a concrete assessment of whether or not she is in the best position to take care of the child. And as a result of that evaluation, they realized that Sister Hansen was fit to take care of her daughter, and so we see how Jehovah took care of the matter and answered that prayer for that dear sister.
Very good. So she had, let's get Sister Milo's comment.
We were talking previously about how she didn't even know what to pray for, but she never lost sight of the fact that she felt like Jehovah knew what she needed, that he had let me use the right pronoun, right? His eye on her, right? Yes. And that he was always there for her, which was in line with those two scriptures that we read, Psalm 32:8, where it talks about Jehovah's eye being upon us, and then 41 verse 10 even talks about him taking hold of us with his right hand. So he's always there for us, and she always felt that, even though she didn't even know what to pray for.
Thank you. I know Brother Sue kind of answered that, but what did Denmark Supreme Court decide in the matter? Let's get Sister Rivera.
The court recognized that she was fit to be a parent and returned custody of Amanda to the mom, and that the decision can't be made on doctrines and different things related to religion.
Very good. Let's get to reading of paragraph 30.